Hello, my lovely ravens. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel, and today we are making a Snow White villain book box. That's right, I'm going to create a book box based on the evil queen in Snow White. I'm starting off with a plain book box that I bought at my local Bunnings store. You can also get these on Amazon. I will leave a link in the description box below. These frames I cut with my laser cutter, and then I am removing the hardware so I can paint everything. The frames that I'm using are the same. This one is scaled down. I've also created these ornamental corner pieces that go on the outside of the frame in the corners. And I've just put some tape behind it so the designs stay together, and then I'm cutting out the tape, and then I can apply glue to these pieces and glue all these tiny pieces together as they're supposed to be. So not individual, but all together, which makes it a lot easier, and your design also a lot cleaner. I am gluing all the pieces on with Gorilla Wood Glue. I wanted to let you all know that this will be my last video for this year. However, I will be doing some live streaming as we are moving house very soon. As you might understand, the craft room needs to be packed up, and to keep things going and to keep connecting with you all, live streams is the way to go for now, until I'm all set up in our new place. And once that is all attached and dry, I can remove the tape from the corner pieces and they are done. Now, I cut with my Cricut these designs. It's an apple and the sword. So it would pierce through the heart. And the sword is gonna go on the side here. I'm going to sculpt these out with polymer clay, but I wanted to get the base shape right. That's why I cut out these pieces from cardstock. With some tin foil, I'm going to shape out the pieces, then apply liquid Sculpey so the polymer clay can adhere to the tin foil, and then put the polymer clay on top of that. I would love to know if you would like to see any other villain or perhaps princess boxes in the future. This is the first time I dabbled into the realm of Disney princesses and villains, and would like to know your thoughts. Now I wanted to make this apple look like the poisoned apple, so with the green drips over it. So I'm sculpting out the drips from another piece of clay, which I will then overlay on the already sculpted apple. The evil queen from Snow White is also known by a few other names, like Wicked Queen, Queen Grimhilde, Your Majesty, Old Granny, Peddler, Wicked Witch, and I believe she had another name in Once Upon a Time as well. I'm applying some rubbing alcohol with a brush just to make sure I don't have any fingerprints on the apple itself. Then sculpting out the heart and the sword, which will go on the side of the book, making sure everything blends together. Whilst that is baking, I'm going to cut out some strips from egg carton because I want to line the entire box with egg carton bricks. I still love this technique. I haven't done it for a while because it takes forever, but I do like the effect it gives, and it's a cheap option and you're reusing materials that are basically free. Then applying the wood glue to the box and placing the bricks. This is what it looks like when the wall is done, and of course we need to paint it, but we need to let this dry first. Whilst it is drying, I am going to put these little pieces to the base for the floor. Now these come from a set of drawers I made that are sitting on my desk, and these pieces came out of it. It has like a honeycomb kind of look, but they are perfect for floor, so I kept them. Now this is what the box looks like with all the pieces attached, and it is time for paint. I'm just using simple folk art and craft paints here, nothing special, but they are acrylic paints. And this paint from folk art is the perfect villain purple for this box. The Queen's throne is decorated with a statue of a peacock that is considered one of the most beautiful and vainest of birds, which also made the well-known expression vain as a peacock. This further illustrates the Queen's own obsessive vanity. Her name in Once Upon a Time is Regina, which is Latin and Italian for Queen. The first couple of seconds of her scream upon falling to her death was later reused for Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty when she gets stabbed in the heart by Prince Philip. This is what the box looks like when it's completely painted, well, at least the base. I still have to write Evil Queen on the side, paint this gold that you see me do here to refer back to the Queen, and also paint the apple and the heart that's on the side. The heart will be completely gold as well. So the heart, the pierced heart on the side, is on the box that the Queen holds in the very first Snow White movie, where she wants to keep Snow White's heart in. A hag resembling the Queen's hag form can be seen sitting next to the Grim Reaper during the town meeting in The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Evil Queen is the first main antagonist in the Disney animated canon to fall to her death. Now this frame is going to be the mirror. So inside the box, I want to have the mirror on the left hand side, and I have a figurine of the Queen, an evil queen. And I will link below where it comes from. A friend of mine has printed this for me, 3D printed, and sent it over to me. Actually, it's resin printed, and it is an exquisite miniature. It's really, really nice, but it comes from a certain company, but I can't remember it right now, but I will leave it in the description box below if you want to get or make your own. Anyway, so the Evil Queen is going to be on the right hand side of the box, and this mirror is going to be on the left hand side. I have painted the mirror gold. I put on some rhinestones, some red rhinestones as accents, and I've printed off the face of the mirror that you can see in the classic movie of Snow White, and put that in, and I'm going to glaze that. As you can see, I'm painting the Queen a deep purple. It's basically the same color as the box on the outside. In the end, I will go over that with a metallic filter paint, so to make her dress shiny and stand out a little bit more. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in with more blacks and gold, and of course a skin color for her skin, and her jewelry will be green. You can see that her hair has a little bit of a resemblance of Maleficent horns, but I can assure you it is not. This is hair, they're not horns, they're not even, and it's basically her hair sweeping back as if caught in the wind or something like that. I don't know. It's definitely the Evil Queen and not Maleficent. And this is what she looks like when she's all done, including the metallic layer on her dress. I love how she turned out. It took about 4 to 5 hours to paint this miniature. Now, from starting this miniature, I always had the idea to put some corrugated card on the inside to make columns, and that's what I'm doing here. I bought these sheets years ago in a craft pack for kids, And I think it was $2 or something. And I'm just rolling them up in 2 columns and gluing them together with hot glue. Then I paint them black to blend into the walls, and then I go over with white to highlight the column. Now at the top here, I'm adding some foam board. I layer that up for 3 layers so it's a little bit thicker. And this is so that I can apply the curtain that will be there to the top. Then I am dry brushing the entire wall, left and right, everything with white. Just dry brushing, just put a little bit of paint on your paintbrush and go over the texture. And then I did the same thing for the columns like I mentioned before, and then gluing the columns into place with hot glue. Now the curtains was a little bit of a drama to show you how I did that, but I basically pleated them into place by putting hot glue and then gluing them down bit by bit. You'll see that in the final reveal. And then here I'm writing, freehand writing, Evil Queen. I once did a course in calligraphy, and I love handwriting, so I am just doing this freehand and then going over that pencil with a black Posca marker and then going over that layer with gold paint. Now let's have a look what the final books looks like. And this is it for this video. I really like how this one turned out, and I would love to know if you would like to see any other princess or villain book boxes in a future video. As I mentioned before, this is the last video for this year, but I will be doing some live streaming in our current place and the next one until my craft space is all set up and ready to go again. All my social media can be found in the description box below, and if you're new here, welcome! Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!